Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. June is Scoliosis Awareness Month, and it is my goal to share my journey with others as much as I possibly can. So let's get into it. Happy Scoliosis Awareness Month. June is a very sentimental month for me in my personal life. A lot of things happen within the month of June. I feel like this month is always that month where I'm just trying to maintain my mental stability. My father's 6th pastoral anniversary was June 3rd, and last weekend I released a Couch Conversations episode, which was episode 10, talking about my journey as a PK for the past 6 years. And then you guys will see the first week of June edition of Weekend Recap on Saturday, so you'll know how everything went down. June 16th is the anniversary of my grandmother's death. I cannot believe that in a couple days it will be just 4 years since she's been gone. June 18th is my spine-iversary. This year it will be my 4th one, 4 years since my surgery. June 18th this year is also Father's Day, so I get to share my spine-iversary with my dad, which I think is super special. And then June 19th is my uncle's birthday. I never told you guys this. It's never really been like a secret, but my family just really never talks about it. But I never met my uncle on my dad's side of the family because he passed away like 11 years before I was born. So over the course of my life, I have been learning about my uncle through my dad and my grandparents. And I never knew that I could miss someone that I never met until I found out about my uncle, my dad's brother, and he will always be a huge part of my heart and my life, although we never really had this, established relationship on earth. So that makes me the only niece and only granddaughter on my dad's side of the family. And then June 22nd is Pop's birthday, but he passed away back in March. It will also mark 3 months since he passed away because he was born on the 22nd and passed on the 22nd, which makes it, of course, a lot more emotional for me. And then June 29th is the day we buried my grandmother. So as you can see, like by the time I get out of school, in May and then come into June, like for the past 4 years, like my emotions have been up and down during June because of all the various events that happen. So although there are, a lot of emotions during this month, I try to find joy and strength by finding moments to celebrate and be productive. And one thing that I have done every year since my surgery to help with that is giving y'all an update on how I'm doing. And honestly, like I said, this is what this vlog is for. I'm honestly grateful that a month for scoliosis awareness exists because, one, it gives people who have been through the same experience a chance to share their journey. And then number 2, people get to learn what scoliosis is for those who may not be educated about it. Education about these things that affects kids very young is very powerful, whether if that's, sharing your spinal fusion story or your experience with back braces and all of that stuff. It's been a while since I've talked about my scoliosis surgery journey and how it is 4 years later. This 4th year has honestly been better than the first 3. I feel like the first year was just getting through like the initial pain of everything. Then the second year was physical therapy and gaining more strength. And then the 3rd year was a little tough. This 4th year has also been somewhat of a breeze with pain here and there. There were days like I would have really bad muscle spasms at school, especially more towards the end of my sophomore season, the school year that just finished. I think it was also had a lot to do with me being stressed and depressed because since Pop passed away, I had a lot of things physically going on. I got sick twice since Pop passed away within the school year, and I just had a lot of muscle spasms, and I would also have a lot of muscle spasms while laying down trying to go to sleep. But we have gotten it, under control from being too crazy with medication and vitamins and just a change in routine and trying to, get back to, my norm. Originally, I was taking painkillers and muscle relaxers, but I am so glad I am off of it because it made me feel very different. And my friends even noticed, and they would be like, "Are you okay?" So when I started feeling outside of my norm and then my friends noticed as well, I kind of freaked out a little bit, and I wanted to make enough change to get off the medication and stay off of it for as long as possible, which is when the physical therapy, started happening. I will say that the biggest thing that has been the saving grace of this journey is my besties and siblings supporting me and understanding, my good days and bad days. They look at me and they tell me when I'm not okay before I can even tell them sometimes. Like, they care that much about me and for me, and I'm just glad that I have their support on this roller coaster ride of mine. Now, another saving grace is music, because that is literally my other language, my other emotion expresser. Lyrics just does something for me that people can't always do. Outside of my support system, music has been one of my biggest motivators, because the music, the voices and lyrics and the band and just the sound has this way of speaking to me in a very different yet direct kind of way. The main saving grace through all of this, though, is Jesus, of course. God has allowed me to overcome this so that I could tell my story. And I'm very grateful for my salvation and faith, because that is what I leaned on the most besides music and my friends and family. The way I have bounced back since my surgery has been amazing, and it has people convinced that everything is just like a-okay now, and that isn't entirely accurate. Because it is still very difficult. Doing the simplest things exhaust me, like sitting up for long periods of time, walking long distances, standing for long periods of time. That's why I don't really like to do trips to the store as much as I used to, because the walking and the standing, just every day your back muscles are being used. And so for me, having internal hardware, I get tired easily. By the time I hit the pillow every night, my back hurts, and when I'm starting to just get really exhausted, I know I've hit my limit. Well, it has been one heck of a journey for me for the past 4 years of my life, and I can't wait to share more about my journey on my 4th spine-anniversary, which is coming up on June 18th, which is also Father's Day, so be on the lookout for that. Happy Scoliosis Awareness Month, y'all.